shit. Look what the cat drug in.
I'm back! Why is it when I go away for a while, you people think I'm either in jail or rehab, or my channel's up shit creek? One of the three, or something else. Nothing of the sorts, folks. No, I'm a one-man army. That's the fact of the matter, that's the baseline. I do all the work myself. This is a two-parter. You can kind of see tidbits of what's going on here. This is just an interjection of what's going on. I'm a one-man army, as I said. I do a lot of work myself, video editing, car parts, negotiations, financing, fabrication, all that shit. And, you know, the rewards in between. So, it takes time. That's why I haven't been around for a while. May take a couple weeks, maybe a month, maybe two. I can't say for certain, but it'll come around. It always does, eventually. You just have to be a little more patient on your end. But good things are coming. Ooh. What is this? Raspberry. You know, half the time I don't even look at the stuff when I'm at the counter. I just buy it just because I see the price tag on it, but it's not that bad. Anywho, projects with the Mercury and Cadillac are unfolding as we speak. That's where most of my time has been. So, now you know where, now I got you up to speed. Basically, I'm doing everything, and I can only do so much as a one-person army, so the video editing comes last. So that's where the waiting happens on your part. But good things happen to those who wait. That's for your sake, because what's coming down the pike is going to be really fucking good, let me tell you. Ooh, I get a little more of these. Kind of like the raspberry flavor. Anywho, enjoy the program.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Well, I guess it's time for my final ride in this car, no pun intended. But I can't keep it forever, so might as well take the opportunity and, you know, sit inside the damn thing and enjoy it. Because I've always been, you know, engine bay forward on this damn thing. That's where all the business is at. But, well, it's time to enjoy sitting in the cockpit of this damn thing. Just do it for what it is. You know, I've done some dark, dank places for drinking, but I never thought I'd have the opportunity to say I've done some Hearse drinking before. I mean, how awesome would it be to take this decrepit old cripple of a Hearse, drive it into some sketchy-ass ghetto fabulous neighborhood.
Hey baby, you looking for a party?
And you roll up to some 2-ton bitch named Yolanda, and she's loaded up with more stretch marks, cigarette burns, and scars and black eyes, and a fucking fat ass stuffed into a fucking yoga pants that looks like a moose knuckle. You know, loaded with all the good stuff, because we ain't dealing with the high-class prostitutes. We're dealing with the Walmart generic, great value brand sluts.
Save money, live better. Walmart.
And we're fucking discussing financing with her fucking twat, and it finds out that $7.12 isn't enough to fuck her in the turd cutter. And so before she gets ripe for the occasion, she's got to load up in crystal meth.
She told an undercover sheriff's deputy she needed to get right before she had sex with him. So for her, that meant pulling a crack pipe from her rear end and smoking it.
I'm halfway drunk on black velvet, and we're fucking getting to first base, and I'm fucking going to town on her ass so balls deep she fucking ass is jiggling like a fucking Jello commercial. The only thing you don't have is Bill Cosby in the background. And I just happen to find another $20 in my pocket, which gives me first row access to go to the front door, so I'm flipping her over and going in for sloppy seconds. The hearse is a rockin', the rust is a flakin', and her house alarm rest is a beepin'.
That's great.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you're a dirty fuck.
Yeah, come on, harder. Deeper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, teach me a lesson, Daddy. Teach this little whore a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
And all the while I'm fucking doing her hardcore, I'm taking a break from it all. I gotta pull out, give her a minute to cool down. I'm going out to the trunk of my car because I just happen to have a Briggs & Stratton 2-stroke jackhammer dildo for a rainy day occasion.
Time to pay the fiddler, whore!
And I'm going back and I'm boring out this bitch so wide when she has a kid the next time, it's gonna walk out with so much space to spare, it could walk out twirling a cane and wearing a top hat. And let's be real here, folks. This bitch has been servicing every crack in the county, so she's probably been spit roasted more times than a Costco hot dog, and she's probably been polished more harder than a fucking bowling lane. So she's got more high miles than the fucking hearse I rolled up in to begin with, so the quality ain't there. Fucking her in the ass, and you pull out and you fuck her in the mouth, and you tit fuck her, and you go back to the front door, and you go back to the rear door as you started, so you act like a busted volume knob, you're going full circle, and you're fucking her in all the spectrums. And you're going to get your $27 worth, and she's going to be putting in overtime on that fucking investment, and you're going down on her, and you're basically tongue-punching her fart box, and you're so damn drunk by now, you're basically fucking eating up all that fucking shit she's been spewing out from Taco Bell the night before, so eating her out sounds like you're eating a fucking bag of Doritos.
The smell is unbelievable.
End up passing out to fucking wake up the next day, you got all shit in your little tip of your tongue, or ain't no black velvet in your pocket to wash that shit away. You know, all the fucking romantic Disney-like fantasies that goes with fucking going with a hearse banging a fucking two-bit prostitute named Yolanda, who may or may not be an undercover cop, but still puts out to, you know, keep a good cover.
Man, you are one twisted fuck.
Nope. I'm just an ordinary guy with nothing to lose.
There it goes. I got what I wanted out of it. Now the next guy can have his fun. Well, it's going to a good cause. The motor's doing the same. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna figure out if there's any wobbling going on with the end of that crank. Because that happened. Oh, the things you gotta do to get a test accurate here. That, dial indicator. I can never remember that fucking name. It's so sensitive just by turning it over by hand. The motion of the motor when it's rocking a little bit gives it a false reading, so it's got to sit on the damn tire wedged between a bunch of wood, just so it simulates it being, bolted into a car, so it ain't rocking. You got to keep that motor still as I'm turning it, so it's only, getting its information right off where it's pointed at. So this is what you got to do. Welcome to the classic car world, where you do stupid shit to find answers. Hopefully, this thing has got good news. Well, I fiddle fucked with this damn thing long enough. It's time to send it out. I got me a kidnapping van. Well, I'm going to kidnap a Cadillac, not a child, but still. Vans are good for more than just the one thing. Hauling motors. Whatever else a guy does with them, well, that's on their time. This, I want the fucking motor gone and worked on. Because I've fiddle fucked it long enough. Nickel and diamond shit all over. And everything else. Machine shop's waiting for it, and they're basically gonna give it a new timing chain gear. Heads are gonna be rebuilt. They're gonna do all the nasty, dirty shit that I could do, but they can do it a lot quicker and more accurate. It's a fucking machine shop. They ain't working in an apartment garage. That's what we got going on here. So I did what I could here. Made the best with the heads right there. Fiddle fucking with those. Now it's just a matter of lifting it up. Put on the tire, chain it down, and send it out. Hopefully I can get it done soon. It's a half rebuild. It's just basically get a fresh up or, a physical or whatever you want to call it, just to make a 50-year-old motor, you know, run for another 20 years. Heads are gonna be gone through both sides. Got an engine rebuild gasket kit, so every fucking gasket's gonna get replaced. Front rear main seal. Ain't gonna do a cam. No, not this time around. It's gonna mostly be for the same for the most part, but it will function a lot better. I will say that. I stripped about maybe at least 70, 80 pounds off the damn thing at least. So let's get where the getting's good. We've been getting a lot of fucking rain over here, and it's a clear day today, so I'm gonna make the most of it. Ain't pretty, but it ain't gonna move. Send it out to the machine shop now. 33x12x15s paired next to the 35s, two 35/75/15s this car is rocking right now. Just pebbles compared to a mountain of a fucking tire that's right next to it. So much badassery just for a mock-up can give me a fucking boner just looking at it. I mean, I haven't done an industrial facelift on this car for a long, long time. It's way overdue because he's out of sorts. I've done every other car except for him. He's always been back shelved. You know the other cars I've been fucking around with. So it's his turn now, and he's way overdue. Because, you know, part one, as you know, was the Hearse engine. What car do I have that deserves a motor with a fucked up backstory out of a Hearse of all things? This guy. He's going to get that. That's part one. Part two is, you know, it's a new way to walk, a new profile, bigger shoes to walk in. You know, it's got to make a statement. Well, he does already, but he's going to make a bigger fucking statement. And I still ain't done yet. If this, just from what you see, hasn't rocked your world yet, stick around longer, because you haven't seen nothing yet. Because he's going to get more progressively violent. And that's not a promise, that's a fucking guarantee. Now we're at the place where we can start getting this car ready for surgery. Got them all centered up. I'm going to jack them up, undo all the necessary bolts and what have you, get the stand motor out, get the Hearse motor back in, and we'll start proceeding to the next part of the project with the lift kit and the tires and all sorts of fucking unholy shit this car's going to be going to go through. It's going to get one fucked up facelift, I can guarantee you that. But now we're going to center on getting that motor out. Shouldn't be that hard. I'd say about 4 will do it. And then I have to dumpster dive for it this time. Oh, probably 3 gallons is what's inside the motor and radiator, but I gotta drain that first before I proceed to undoing all the bolts. Pretty straightforward. Fun fact about Cadillac engines, every single one I've ever owned, the coolant is always a healthy green. And that's attributed to the fact that the blocks have a higher nickel content. It gives them more strength. It also prevents on corrosion. I've had Chevys, Oldsmobiles, Fords, you know, got diarrhea for coolant, but because when it looks like, I don't know, when you eat a whole bunch of macaroni and cheese and you add a lot of butter to it, and 2.5 days later your stomach feels hot, and you have to, your asshole feels a little wet and you have to run to the bathroom and out it fucking comes. And it looks like Campbell's soup, you know, vegetable beef broth. If your coolant ever looks like that, it's time to flush it out. You know, if it's anything like my blue Oldsmobile, Cadillac for diaphragm coolant. Not to say it couldn't happen, but I haven't seen it. And look at the fucking hearse. It was out in the fucking woods. Rusted to bejesus back, but the coolant's still a healthy green.
Country green, do you know what I mean? She's true and pure like country green.
You know, like this cap. Simple as that. For the record, this is probably going to splash everywhere when it hits that hard pan. You know, kind of like taking a piss and just goes everywhere. Okay, this is going to get fucking messy. Fucking kidding me? Well, that could change. I mean, these things do clog up with sediment, so let's just randomly shove shit in that hole and see if it comes out. Oh yeah. Now it's working. It's like a stab wound. It's not gonna bleed until you pull out the knife. Okay. Yeah. The morning piss. Yep, to my surprise, the other side had to take a piss too. And a strong one. Well, at least it's a good stream. I mean, it's not going over everything, splashing. I didn't do that to the last motor. It just did on the one side and it was fucking pissing everywhere. I was taking out of the fucking parking lot, so this will be a little more dry and cleaner. Keep looking at this, I'm gonna have to take a piss. I gotta tell you, these are a real bitch to take off. They don't look like it, but they kinda are. Oh, I got plans for these beauties. You know, I put this exhaust wrap on to save the spark plug wires, which did work, but I'm going to do something else with these, and I'll get back to you later on these. They'll be set to a side. Right now, we got more stuff to fucking disassemble on this bastard. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. I'm going to get real tuned in doing it the second time around. Unlike the first fucking time with the Hearse, that was a fucking horror show of epic proportions. Holy fucking shit, man. I mean, I gotta get dialed in to make sure the second time don't happen like the first time. That poor motor. It took a pounding so hard my ex would be jealous. But I can't have that happen twice, especially not with this motor with the good oil pan. It's the mid-sum, so I want to make sure that, you know, is untouched. So leave that alone. I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm going to take every nut and bolt off the fucking drive shaft, or drive train. Everything but the top two bell housing bolts. Everything else is going to be gone, keeping it in the car basically. And they're going to drop the car down off the stand so it's no longer 2 feet off the ground. And the only thing keeping the motor straight is the top two bell housing bolts and the dowel pins in the transmission. That should be enough. And then I'm going to come in with the engine stand, engine lift. It's got 200 pounds of sandbags in the rear, so instead of like this, it's going to be like this, hopefully. Keeping it straight. 2-ton engine lift. And I'm going to pull the motor up and out, and it should be at least 4 feet off the ground instead of higher like it was before. So I got a stronger engine lift, lifting motor not as high, with ballast in the rear, so it should be okay. And I'm about 3/4 of the way into this black velvet, but it's enough to get me there, enough to get fucking dialed in. That's what we're gonna accomplish this time around. And the Hearse motor, thankfully, after its impact of the asphalt, it didn't wreck it, as far as I could tell. And the machine shop wasn't worried about it, and they're working on it as we speak. So in the meantime, we're gonna evict this motor, take it out, put it on the stand, stick it in the corner, drop the pan, see if there's any debris, and put the old fucking Hearse pan back on this when I get that part. So leave it in the corner, and I'll make another video later on why that motor's having low oil pressure. It'll be a separate series. So I got a fucking thing going on with gyrations and ideas and planning and drinking. But that's it. Now let's get this fucking job done. So we're doing the starter first because it's in the way of the motor mount. And two, I'm going to take it off completely just so I can inspect it or have it gone through because I never had this starter looked at. It stranded me a couple times in the past. It would just chug after the motor's warm. So it's either a grounding issue, which I kind of believe because it is grounded to the fucking frame, which isn't a good idea. It's supposed to go to the block. But the starter could be shot to on the inside. I never really had it looked at, so I might as well get it checked out. Gonna murder a couple of birds with one stone with this, but more importantly, I got sidekicked by a memory that I haven't thought about in many years, and it's probably happens to everyone at some point in their lives, but if you've ever had a memory reactivate itself by something that fucked up happened years ago, this involves one of my exes, one I was fucking around with. And there's a couple of them. I mean, it's not the hitchhiker that I hooked up with in an abandoned farmhouse. It's not the chick I fucked in an RV park in a tent with her dog. It's not the raging psychopath narcissist. It's not the ex-con I hooked up with in a Section 8 housing and to fucking light a pizza box on fire to heat up the place so she can get comfortable up there so I can live and fuck her. It's not the wannabe Native American white as snow but she claims she's Indian chick that I hooked up in a trailer park out of state. It definitely wasn't that hardcore diabetic chick that I was with. And she had the fucking one of those diabetic tubes in her abdomen, I think. She's like type 1 or whatever. But yeah, I fucked her brains out in the next room while grandparents were watching Dance with the Stars and there was no fucking lock on the door. They could have walked in any time. But no, it wasn't her. I'm surprised I haven't remembered her in a while, but no, I fucked her on a work day actually. It definitely wasn't a chick that I fucked that had a Jay Leno chin. You could plow fuel with her face. She wasn't really pretty, but she put out. It wasn't her. It definitely wasn't the chick I was hooking up while her boyfriend was a member of the IRA, which is that Irish terrorist nationalist organization where they're like bombing places that they hate British people. Nah, it wasn't that chick. No, it definitely wasn't that bulimic chick I was hooking up with where we'd meet up, we'd fuck around for a while, and I'd take her out to eat. Then she'd come home to my place, take a shower, and I hear her throwing up in the fucking bathtub. All the food that I fucking bought for went up down the fucking drain, that selfish bitch. No, it wasn't that woman. No, it's the one where she's uber religious, but she likes to fuck like a nympho. That's the one. She's really fat and unhealthy. She's got like Niagara Falls of flesh going over her twat, and she likes to be eaten out. I was desperate and I didn't give a flying fuck, so I did it anyways, but it smelled like rotting potting soil down there. I mean, I just randomly thought about that out of nowhere and it's fucking weird.
Wow! We can laugh about it now, we're alright, you know. The whole,
But I gotta go down south now to take off the rest, so let's go on, down and under. Oh boy. Oh, we're basically all done. All done with it. I mean, the motor's still in it, of course, but all the connecting bolts and hardware is basically off, so it's just ready to pluck on out now. Whew, that was kind of a doozy. Nothing's ever easy with car shit. It looks like it is, but it's not, so now I can start lowering the car down to ground. You drop about 2 feet, and then anything else in the way, get rid of it, and the motor should just come up and out and onto the stand. That's the next hill we're going to climb. Need me one of these. I'm all out. They just don't last that long no more. Let's see if I can redeem myself. and not fucking drop the damn motor this time. Let's see if we can do it. We're a little bit better prepared this time. 200 pounds of ballast, counterweight, to like a 500 plus pound motor, so the difference is like 300 pounds over the edge of that this thing is going to basically hold up. It's a 2-ton lift, not a 1-ton. I basically, better handle, so I got more torque just to turn the damn thing. I got me some logging chains off camera, so if this thing's too heavy to pull out, I will use the Oldsmobile as a fucking mule and yank it out via chain. Probably onto this sort of here. So I'm better prepared than the last time, so hopefully it goes smoother. And I got just enough of this to fucking do the job. awkward, but it works. It's over the hump. Let's get this thing on that damn stand now. Motor's put away on the stand. Put this thing back right in front of it. Park the Olds back. And wait for the Hearse motor to come back. We redeemed ourselves. Redeemed myself. Finished the bottle. No disasters. I learned my lesson. A little bit smarter, a little bit more wasted. Either way, it's good now. Let's play the waiting game until that Hearse motor gets, and then we can have real fucking fun next. Believe you me.